So, Valery, thank you for a great concert.
Thank
you.
you.
Really put
Thank
together
you.
a wonderful concert today. You have very modest genius. Let me explain.
That needs explaining because I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, you know, first of all, the first time I heard about you is because you were one of the rare that had a whole movie dedicated to you by Bruno Mont-Saint-Jean.
Yeah.
Richter, Glenn Gould, Oistrakh, and so forth. So only 4 or 5, and you are one of the living legends. I could say. Most of the others are actually dead. So there is this aspect that everybody knows you, but you seem to not really want to be so much in the limelight. As again today, you really put the student and the teacher of the Menuhin Academy. You really gave them a great showcase. Did you like to work with them? Did you enjoy this experience?
Yes, I think it's an amazing experience, and particularly because I'm a Menuhin myself, Menuhin academist, schooler myself, because I did 6 years of school in London, so it's kind of natural. Of course, these people are much older, but working with them, let's say they're all soloists, in their own right, and as we saw today. But most important is that the leader, Oleg, who's a great friend, again another connection because his father taught my first teacher, so there's a strong connection there. I don't know, there's something, it's either working or not working, and it's so rare, it's so rarely working, so often it's not working, and that's why I'm kind of so catching, and it's so incredible that you have gave us chance again to do this, so, you know, you caught that too, so it's a catch, win-win-win situation. Yes, for me, absolutely, so I'm very, yeah, it's just ongoing joy, basically. Very rare happens to me.
Well, listen, it was, again, it was a wonderful concert. So you talk about Menuhin, and I didn't know you were actually a student at the school in London.
Absolutely.
So there's another connection with Menuhin for this festival at the beginning, because we had Gilles Pape, who was a student, we had the Menuhin Academy.
And a direct connection to Bruno Mont-Saint-Jean, because Gilles Pape was a movie made about Gilles, of course, which I grew up on, because really? Gilles, you know, was in the beginning of the 90s, so first time I arrived to Paris, Gilles movie was shown to me, and then of course Bruno, closest friend to Menuhin, and then today Malcolm Arnold dedicated to Menuhin. So it's all kind of around that kind of
the cycle is
complete. The circle is becoming complete. And we played last year at the Menuhin celebrations, you know, in Brussels. And so, yeah, it seems to be the legacy seems to be living. And when a legacy of such a man and such a human being, and I know this from school, and I know, you know, the daughter and everything, when the legacy is so strong.
Did you meet him?
Never met him, but it felt like, because he just died before. You know, the legacy is so strong, you cannot help it. You remember that there's something there.
I met him a few times. I even brought him vegetarian food after concerts in Brussels, because he was vegetarian, and he took my food to the royal palace. And I knew from the aide of the queen that he actually ate the sushi, the vegetarian sushi I brought for him.
Everyone says that he was the most, I mean, what really impresses is the level of intellect, which is just unbelievable. And I think it's, we have a totally different life nowadays. So this kind of thing, I keep kind of learning from it. I'm sure a lot of us do. And so therefore the connection is obvious. And aside from connection, these people at the Menuhin Academy, these great people, they just, they have a great mix of friendship, quality, and kind of, you know, class. They have they're classy. Absolutely. I don't know how it happens, but I suppose that's what it makes this academy.
going back to Menuhin, it is well known that he was the most amazing genius when he was very young, and the name Menuhin is actually means, a precocious child,
Yeah.
And so, and then afterwards, he seemed to have had difficulties understanding how he did it so young and so and so well. And it seems to me that then his whole life was a search to understand and to be able to teach to others and to help himself go back to this amazing perfection that somehow he had
Up to a
instinctively.
certain,
And
instinctively.
probably it was a natural gift. And when you play, frankly, I've heard it many times. First time in an amazing Bartok concerto in Paris, and in the Beaux-Arts in Brussels, and again in Switzerland, and so forth. You seem to have an amazing sense of perfection for details, and attention for details, which makes your playing unique, absolutely unique, because you control every half second of the music. How do you work? How do you prepare a piece so that it's so perfect in the performance?
Well, thank you. I mean, it's more than a big compliment. So I have to really think about the the answer. But for sure, it has a strong reflection to everyday life, for sure, because I like other, let's say, colleagues, highly esteemed or less esteemed, who are very busy. I'm not really. Maybe it's because I have a very different kind of complicated character. I don't say yes to everything, and I don't go to 100,000 of festivals, and I don't play. I'm very careful with new repertoire. So I don't know. I don't come out playing something which I don't believe it's or at least 90%, which is really something music or lived with. So I'm just simply very careful. That has as you know very well, has another side of the medal, but. Since recently, I've learned to enjoy, and we spoke a lot about it. I've learned to enjoy this kind of thing and learn to control the whole thing. It's a theater. In the whole performance, the whole showcase, the whole program is a theater. It has to be ready with decor, with audience, with drinks afterwards. Everything. That's a performance. So part of the performance is, of course, programming everything. So. I suppose I've never been too spoiled of being so busy that I cannot control my life at all, and I would hate that actually by now. Mm-hmm. I always go back to point zero. It's maybe a banal thing to say, but I literally go back to point zero as if sometimes I feel like I never played the violin, and then comes the energy, and with time it comes quicker and quicker back. You go back to point zero, but coming up again comes quicker and quicker. So. I suppose I have to accept that I have my own way.
To finish about Pietrasanta in general, the festival, and here, do you feel that there is something specific about the atmosphere in this little town between mountain and sea?
I think that I have to be really very frank that so rarely, and you know that very well also, that I feel comfortable so rarely, and now more rare every time. So this is one of the very unique places, and of course we all know who does it, so who made it happen. So it's one of the unique places where I feel just totally understood. Welcome, I don't know, welcome, unwelcome is different. Understood.
You are very welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.